Republican Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana is with me now. Senator, welcome back.
Thanks, Brooke.
Otto Warmbier, sir, he was a 22-year-old American citizen. How do you defend that comment from President Trump?
I don't know whether Kim Jongun knew or not. I don't know that it matters in this sense. Kim is responsible for North Korea. He's responsible for the prison system. He's responsible for the inhumanity in the prison system. Whether he knew or not, to me, it'd be interesting to know. I don't know how we'll ever know, but he's responsible. And it's just that simple. He is a barbaric authoritarian. We have given him here an opportunity to come into the 21st century if he'll give up his nuclear weapons. And I hope the gentleman, who I've never met, has sense enough to accept that opportunity, if not for himself and his family, for his people.
Now, whether he knows this or not, Senator, this isn't the first time that President Trump has a history of believing murderous dictators. Roll the tape.
I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia. I will say this. I don't see any reason why it would be. I will tell you that President Putin was extremely strong and powerful in his denial today. I hate the crime. I hate what's done. I hate the cover-up. And I will tell you this, the Crown Prince hates it more than I do. And they have vehemently denied it. The CIA points it both ways. As I said, maybe he did, maybe he didn't.
Senator Kennedy, do you support this kind of backing the president gives these thugs, as you call them?
Well, I wasn't there. When you meet with someone and you try to assess whether they're telling you their truth or not, you know, there's several things you can do. You judge demeanor, you judge credibility, you look at corroboration. I wasn't there. I don't think any of us will ever know whether.
But we don't. Do we need to be there to know what Kim Jong-un and Putin and Duterte and MBS, listen to the CIA, what they are capable of? Do we need to be there?
No, not to know what they're capable of. But the question, Brooke, was: is Kim lying to the president? And I don't know. I don't know. I don't think any.
No. The question, Senator Kennedy, is why does the president keep supporting these murderous men?
Well, I don't know. You'll have to answer or ask him that question to get your answer. I'm just saying it's an interesting discussion. I don't know how we'll ever resolve it, but to me, Kim is responsible anyway, just as Vladimir Putin is responsible for the things that his government does, as is the Ayatollah in Iran.
So why on earth is the president of the United States not defending an American citizen or his family?
You'll have to ask him that, Brooke. I wasn't there. I have heard him defend
Well, Mr.
America
Trump, if you're
repeatedly.
watching, come on to CNN.
Maybe he'll call in.
I think there's a better chance of a lot of things. But, Mr. Trump, call us. You know the number. Speaking of MBS, you are very vocal about Saudi Arabia. And just this week, the Senate is, pushing the Trump administration for a complete report on Jamal Khashoggi's murder. At the same time, the president's own son-in-law was in Saudi Arabia meeting with Mohammed bin Salman, the man the CIA says ordered the killing. Any thoughts on that, Senator Kennedy?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to play a tape. Well, Brooke, one of the hardest things that a president, any president, has to do is deal with an authoritarian government that doesn't share American values, but whose interests are important to us. And if we just refuse to deal with any country that doesn't share our Western values, the world would be a more dangerous place. Now, I've been very critical of the prince. Whether he knew it or not, he's responsible. Right. But I've also said we shouldn't sever ties completely with Saudi Arabia because it's in our interest, the security interest of the Middle East and Israel and the United States, to have some sort of dialogue. I don't know how Saudi Arabia is a major player in the Middle East. I don't know how you can deal with the problems in the Middle East without talking to Saudi Arabia, and whether we like it or not, Prince Mohammed is in charge.
Right. Let me ask you about switching gears.
Sure.
Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen, the president's former attorney, he's been in his third congressional hearing today. So let me just start with you, Senator, on those hush money payments to those women. Cohen came to Capitol Hill yesterday with those checks paying him back, checks signed by President Trump, right? So after he took office. Unlike your House colleagues on that committee, are you bothered by that?
Well, you know, I've been asked repeatedly, Brooke, since that happened, and I think you're asking the same thing. You know, if Mr. Cohen's testimony is true, does that raise serious problems with the president? Well, you know, that's like asking, if I murder somebody, am I a murderer? I am a murderer if I murder somebody. And I don't know whether Mr. Cohen is telling the truth or not. I have to look at, let me just finish my thought. I have to look at his credibility. I mean, we know that in the past he's been convicted. He's lied to the Federal Elections Commission. He's lied to Congress. He's lied to banks when he borrowed money. He lied to the IRS in 2012
and he's going to prison.
13, and he's going to prison.
Right. But let me, can I, if I may, let me interject.
Sure.
You tell me with a straight face that let's flip the script and say, President Hillary Clinton, if there were a President Hillary Clinton and she's secretly conspired with her personal lawyer to pay off people to keep quiet about her affairs in order to keep it secret from the American people before a presidential election, and also detailed bank and tax fraud in her foundation, the Republicans, you tell me, Senator Kennedy, the Republicans wouldn't want to talk to her lawyer? Really?
No, if the shoe were on the other foot and I were asked to judge the veracity of a witness against a President Clinton, as I am with respect to President Trump, I would just say, look, let me look at corroboration, but let me look at their background, their character. It's just a fact, Brooke. Mr. Cohen is a convicted liar. To me,
you'd be asking those questions.
And
you'd be asking those questions.
Sure, I would. But I think he's an angry man. He's bitter. He's a little unbalanced. I'm not saying he's crazy, or as you know, my son might say. I'm not saying he's a bunny boiler, but he's a little unbalanced. And
a bunny boiler? You always bring some new vocabulary, Senator, to the conversation.
But take a more commonsensical approach. You know, I ask myself, would I take his check? And the answer is probably not. And I don't think you would, or I don't think.
But can you tell me why not a single Republican defended the substance of the allegations regarding the president? They ripped into him, liar, liar, pants on fire. Where was the defense of the president?
Well, the guy doesn't have a good background for veracity, Brooke.
That's not what I'm asking about. I'm asking about the president and the accusations.
He did talk. Mr. Cohen has presented all that information to the special counsel. I assume he's going to look at it. But I'll bet you one thing.
His signature was on the check, Senator Kennedy.
Right. And the issue is that a violation of the federal campaign finance laws? And you can argue that one round or flat. There are good arguments on both sides. I happen to believe it isn't a violation of the campaign finance laws, but a lawyer smarter than me can probably make an argument. Just because I don't think you have to prove intent, and I don't think you can prove mens rea in a case like that. And I think the federal election statutes are primarily meant to be civil. That doesn't mean that you can't have a criminal violation of the FEC provisions, but that's just my personal opinion. But I'll tell you this.
Yes.
If the special counsel thinks that anybody violated the FEC laws in a criminal way, I suspect he'll bring an indictment. But I'll also make this prediction. He's not going to do it solely on the testimony of Mr. Cohen and have Mr. Cohen as his only witness.
Of course.
For obvious reasons.
To your point about corroborations. Absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Senator John Kennedy, a pleasure. Come back.
Thanks, Brooke.
Thank you.